All right. Hello, traders. I wanted to do my weekly rundown beginning of the week. It's time to pick and see which pairs we're going to be paying attention to. USDJPY, one of my personal favorites, as you know. It looks like we're rebounding off of a extended fib level. The candle from, let's see, the 4th, this is Friday. So Thursday and then Friday. Thursday, there was a big extended wick on this candle right here, followed by a confirmation of that reversal, and then today we're playing into that as well. So I look like we're going to bounce off of this levels. For that reason, I am going to have that highlighted. On the monthly, just a quick recap. It looks like we're overextended on the monthly too, and it wants to bounce. It's early in the month, so it doesn't hold as much weight. Weekly wise, it looks like we had a strong push down, so you can kind of see that daily candle baked into this weekly candle. And daily we already looked at. 4-hour has not broken the 50 EMA, so we're going to look for it to break that 50 EMA. This is definitely a triangle, ascending triangle pattern formation, something that they go over quite extensively in Infinite Prosperity. So we see this, and we see something that looks a little like that. Yeah, and there's definitely some room for it to. It's not as much of a it's kind of a triangle here. Formation is there. You can see that it's wanting to kind of go up. It's already broke the 50 EMA on the 1-hour chart, obviously here. I'm going to look for a higher high and a higher low. So what that means is this area, I want it to be higher than the previous high. This is the previous high. It's already higher than the previous low. So I'm looking for a higher high, higher low. And a movement like this, upwards, stair-stepping upwards, for us to go ahead and take that and go in the other direction. So that's pretty straightforward, pretty basic. Let's look at the daily chart on the USD CHF. Not a lot going on in the daily. Monthly looks like it is overextended but still red. No big reversal candle or anything like that showing that it's going to turn around. Some interesting hesitation at the 50 EMA level from last week. And then on the daily, it looks like we're kind of in limbo, so we're kind of sideways here. I don't really see what direction we're going to go, so I'm not going to pick this one this week either, just because it's not as clean of a setup already. If we're looking at playing this, USD JPY looks like the best of the pairs so far. USD CAD coming off of several days going up, several months, 1, 2, 3 months going upwards. Big down pull for the month. We're only on the 7th of this month, so we're still early. 2 weeks in a row looks like it's been red. This week is just starting, but last week there was a huge red signal drop engulfing candle, so it engulfed the candle previous. It just ate that up, took back all that and some, and landed right around where it was overextended and also a key level, and we kind of continue to go down. This is an even better representation that we just kind of fell off the cliff here, and it looks like we have broken. Last week we broke the 50 EMA for the 4-hour chart. So yeah, this is what I would say is the beginning of a pyramid play, and I'm going to be looking for opportunities for a pullback. So on something like this, what you want to do is you either want to try, I mean, if you can, I can't yet. I'm not that skilled yet to where I can catch this first down move. But this is indeed the safest play by far because your stop loss would be way up here. But now I'm looking for a pullback to this blue area, red area overlap, blue area, red area overlap. It hasn't happened yet. It's just been dropping. Sometimes this happens and it's kind of like you're trying to jump on a runaway train and it doesn't work because there's no pullback. But please believe there will be situations where the pullbacks are coming and they're beautiful and you can take it pretty easily. This one means that you would have had to have gotten in way up here, stop loss somewhere up in here. You can just ride this thing all the way down, and that's nice when you can. But again, I haven't developed that skill just yet, so I like to trade the pullback instead. This is worth watching for sure, so we've already got that one ticked, and we'll keep it that way. NZD, USD, I'm still kind of interested in seeing how this goes. We were really oversold from a couple weeks ago, came back, dropped back. I'm sorry, this is monthly, I'm tripping. So for a couple weeks, this is the weekly chart, I've been thinking that it was going to pull back like this. It did. We have a huge reversal signal last week, and now we're green. So yes, I do think we're going to go pull back and go up, because it makes perfect sense with how everything's structured right now. We're trying to break through the 50 MA. This is going to be like a really good sign if we are able to. That means the momentum's high enough, and then we'd probably aim at this key level or maybe the base level of the Fibonacci sequence from drawing this leg downwards specifically. And so if you want to go to previous video, you'll see that breakdown of Fibonacci and how to draw it and all that good stuff. 4 hour, we are always looking for a break of the 50 EMA. That happened already. It looks like that happened on the 4th. Today is the 7th, so on Friday we broke through it towards the end of the session, and yeah, now we're like hovering above it. So again, similar to the other situation I just showed you with the USD CAD, after a 4 hour break, I'm going to look for a pullback to take that up. Let's see here. So what that means is I'm going to look for a pullback where these converge and take this off. It looks like this isn't going to happen here just because how the averages are already laying. So even if we came back down, we have to break 50 EMA at this point in order to get to the pivot area. Instead of doing that, hoping and wishing, I just wait for the next day and try to see if that ends up being a way where we can take it upwards, take it higher. And again, I'm going to be aiming at this or maybe this for a price target. And when I say that, it'll probably be just an alert, and we'll kind of play it that way. Okay, NZD USD. Anyways, let me flip to the next. I am going to watch that. So we are going to watch NZD USD. I'm super biased with the pairs that I watch. It's just, it's not that I'm biased with the pairs I watch. They overlap. So if I'm watching something on a weekly chart and it, for weeks has been pointing in the right direction, and I'm just been waiting for an entry, then obviously I'm going to keep watching it for a couple of weeks or a couple of days, and that's just kind of how the pattern goes. Certain things are going to be ripe for a while, so certain things are going to be past their prime, and you let those go. NZD, JPY, monthly looks like it wants to rebound off of this lower level. You saw this long wick candle. We had a whole bunch of downward movement, and now we're just kind of sideways, I'm sorry, not sideways, but neutral. We bounced off of that level, hence these two green bars. I don't know as far as if I could say I measured this leg. So I read somewhere, I think it was Infinite Prosperity, where they're saying that 20 bars, 20 days in a row represent a trend. It looks like something like this is kind of right there in that category. This is December 14th, so we're almost there. We got a couple more days before we get to the 14th, though, about a week. So yeah, maybe I can calculate this as a leg, and then this is that pullback that I'm looking for. If it pulls back to 618, maybe we take it back down and we aim at the extended level for Fib. I don't know. I do want to watch this one and just kind of keep my eye on it, see what I can learn from it, see how how it reacts to this 50 EMA, see if it show signs of turning over, or if it's just a pullback. I don't know at this point, to be honest. So that is what that is. Okay, we'll go to the next. CHF, not, you know, I don't like the Swiss pairs. I have a bias towards those. Monthly is still trying to shape up. Obviously, we're early. Weekly looks like it was last week. We were kind of neutral, neutralized, and then daily we look at a lot of neutral candles right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 neutral candles right here, all around the same area. Looks like it might be trying to pull back to a fib level and bounce off. I don't know. It broke that level recently, came up, dropped back down, and maybe it's time for another pullback before it goes back down. I don't know what direction, but the good thing is trades like this, they force you to trade what you see instead of what you want it to do, what you expect it to do, and all that good stuff. So your approach is actually a lot better whenever you don't really know on the higher time frame. There's not really a huge bias here. There was a break in a 50 EMA. That's usually a bullish sign for a 4-hour. But now we've broken back down. Even though this candle has not closed, it looks like we might be breaking back down. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. I do like how this looks. I don't like the fact that price action went and dipped below it. But usually I could take something like this and trade it right here, looking for it to go up, looking for it to bounce the other direction, and maybe, you know, something like this. Since I don't have a whole bunch of long-term bias, maybe I'll take it just to right here, just a quick trade, short, you know, quick bam bam type of play. Anyways, we'll watch that. Looks like the NZD pairs are going to get some love. Okay, so this is a play that I said was going to drop, and it looks like we did get some love in the right direction here. This was on Friday. It came up and dropped down, came up, dropped down again. Now it's down here. It seems like a pretty solid trade, and based on, so that's why I think it's good here. It's because we're based on this. We're based on this key level, and this is on based on higher time frame. And we had hella reversal looking candles here, and the timing was just off. But now this is kind of like a momentum play. We're already headed that direction. It looks like last week we were trying to break through this level. Finally did it on Friday. So Thursday we had this crazy looking doji, long-legged doji, and then we had an actual breakthrough, and we're playing on the other side of the breakthrough for the daily, which is a good sign if you're bearish. So check out MACD. MACD looks extra bearish too right now. It just kind of fell, sloped off, so we're looking for it to fall. And I think that we're good here. I think that this level that's illustrated is actually a really good trade, and you would be sitting right here waiting. I probably would not bulletproof at this point because price is kind of still close to where we entered. So I'd probably wait one more day and then bring this down and bulletproof that trade. This is 1 hour again. So yeah, this is beautiful. I love this trade actually. NZD, CAD. If I could put like a star next to this one, I think this is a really solid trade for sure. GBP USD looks like on the monthly front, it just looks like it's kind of preparing for a move. Weekly is kind of bouncing off, but not like a strong move yet. We're trying to break the 50 EMA. I'll kind of watch that and kind of see nothing from MACD, but maybe we see it bounce here. 4-hour chart, we already break the 50 EMA, which is good. Already broke the 50 EMA, which is good. Turn this down a little bit so that we can have faster charts and everything, not using much energy. Yeah, this is good. I want to see it come down and touch, obviously, because I like to take pivot entry orders. Um, but okay, so let's zoom out. This is a good example of trying to figure out if something's in trend or not. So as you can see from here at the bottom right here, this gray box, December 9th is kind of when this ugly movement happened. It's very, I don't like it when I see charts like this. It's just kind of sideways and kind of all over the place towards this area. So because of that reason, because there's no real strong bias on the higher time frames, I might take something like this, but probably not. Most of the time not, because I'm looking for something that has a long-term bias in direction so that I can combo my trades. So going back, if we talk about NZDCAD, that looks like we picked the beginning of a downfall. So this looks like it's about to fall off the cliff. And the cliff was identified a couple sessions ago, last session, so Friday. And because of that, because it's new, because it's fresh, because it's a big move potentially down to this area, off of key levels, also key fib. There's a lot of stacked confluence is what they call it. And Irek Piekarski and Infinite Prosperity, they call that confluence. So when I have something like that, yeah, I want to take this type of trade because, yeah, this is the first leg of the trade, but there's going to be more opportunities for me to, you know, play my style. And maybe I end up having 6 trades while this is making its way down to these levels or so. Okay. And yeah, it doesn't look like it's a long ways down to this area because this is a daily chart. So this means, you know, that's a lot of movement. That's a lot of percentage gains that could be had there. And it's all about looking for the combo, looking for where does that pyramid start? This is the pyramid. I'm looking for this pyramid. And let me draw this in so you guys can kind of see what I mean. I'm always talking about pyramid. This is my play, the pyramid reversal strategy. I'm looking for it. It came up. All right, now I'm looking for it to go down. I'm looking for it to go down. The reason I think this is the peak area is because we have Fibonacci levels here. We have these key levels that I discovered through, you know, previous price action bounced off of this area. And I think based on these candles that are very indecisive and sideways that we were going to drop down. And I was right. We dropped down. And now we even broke the 50 EMA last session. So with that said, when you break the 50 EMA, it's really on. You know, this is risky to get in this early. It is. Let me not get that twisted. But I had this factor. I had the fact that my stop loss was kind of out of the way. I'd have to be really wrong about the direction that things are leaning in order to get stopped out on this one, which is fine. But I'll risk 1% for that all day. And then I have, this is, obviously I wanted to place this trade before this bar actually closed. It ended up closing below the 50 EMA for the daily chart. And as you know, the 50 EMA on the daily chart and the 50 EMA on the 4-hour chart are important to me. Daily for longer time frames, 4-hour for like intraday quick trades. So think about that. So when I find an opportunity to trade something like this, that's kind of not really leaning any direction, I can watch it, but I don't even want to watch it really, to be honest, because it's not very clean. I want something that's extremely clean. I want it to look like the beginning of a trend. I want it to look like something I can combo off of. And I say that a lot, but I'm looking for a string of trades that I can take because I've been paying attention to a pair a little bit more than most people, right? You see how sideways this is? We broke this area, which is nice, but then we came back and went beyond it again. So I don't feel like the push is strong enough upwards. We're kind of sitting at 50 EMA on the 4-hour, and then on the 1-hour, all this indecision for the past couple days. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything for me. So, monthly looks like, again, I have to wait. It's the 7th. I need to wait, what is that, 24 days for this to close out and really tell me a story. So I'm really just looking at the previous bars to kind of see which way we're leaning, which way the market is leaning. This does tell me a story that we're reversing, we're bouncing off of these levels soon, but maybe we're too early. We're 2 days into bouncing off of it, looks like. That's cool, but do I really have a trade here? I don't know. 4-hour 50 EMA. We broke it, so that's a good sign. And we're kind of in position here, but I need a pullback so I can play this off of the pivot. And then that's that. This is way more clean of a trend, even though it's still not clean. This dip down kind of signified the end, and now we're trying to go up. We're trying to go up. All this coincides with trying to go up. So I'll watch this. Probably won't take it because right now GBP is the GBP pairs as a whole are pretty sloppy looking. And for me personally, I don't want to trade sloppy looking charts. I'd rather trade something that looks like a perfect 10, you know. Weekly kind of sideways, kind of chilling at this level. Not really strong bias in any direction. I don't want to trade this. I already know I don't want to trade this because of the daily. I look at the daily and we're sideways as hell. Since the 11th of December, we've been pretty sideways. So no, I don't want to trade this right now. It's not time. But I'll look at it next week, you know. And that's just the attitude with it is not that I don't ever want to trade it. It's just for now it doesn't make sense to waste my time looking for a trade when there's cleaner charts out there and there's easier ways for me to identify, like where it's really crystal clear which direction I have a bias in. I don't really have this one, broke above, then broke down below. This is the 1 week, so the daily is going to kind of reflect that as well. So you notice the little pinball action going on here, up and back and forth. So you can trade this. You can trade this part down, up, this part down. You could try to trade this up, and you would have been right in here. Hopefully you got out when this started going down, up, down, up, down. Maybe we go up again. I don't know. But think about how complicated that seems versus the pyramid reversal strategy that I use. You just got to be really aware and ready to adapt. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to combo my trades and hit double-digit percentage returns week after week based on, one big move, one big identified clean chart that gives me 5-6 different trades to eat off of. I'd rather do that because my bias is going to be in a certain direction, and I can just focus on entries instead of which way is it about to go. I'm not really tripping on which way is it about to go. If I'm wrong on the direction it's going on a pyramid reversal strategy, then my whole shit was wrong, like from the very beginning. Because when you're comboing trades, you already know the direction that it's going to go. You're just trying to make sure you pick good entries. So it's just kind of different level. Yeah, you can take this down. The momentum's not here. See, taking that down would be meaning that you think this is going to go down right here. Based on this pinballing that's been happening, it seems like this is going to go up. And then there's a side of me that says, well, it didn't break the 50 EMA, and it's 618 right here, and we can take this down. It can go either way, in my opinion. It's like flipping a coin. So no, I don't want to trade that for that reason, because I have to make decisions, and then even if I'm right, do I really know why I won? I don't. It'd be luck, and I'm not trying to. This isn't gambling. This is trading. It's a little different. It's a lot different. So this was pretty until this big candle right here, and then we dropped down. But yeah, this was really nice. Textbook came back up. Maybe he wants to go back down. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We broke the 50 EMA on the 4-hour. MACD definitely looks super bearish. Notice that. And compare it to this. Just draw this in for y'all so you can see it. So this looks like it's going higher. So people are like, oh yeah, I'm going to take this up. Look at the trend line. Oh yeah, we're going up. No, you're not. MACD is leaning. So we're weak right now. Maybe it drops down. Maybe this is a perfect entry for a drop down. I think it is actually. So, do I want to trade this? No, I don't. And the reason I don't want to trade this is it's not clean. You see, if I take this down, I would be trading this much, and then I got to get out because I don't know what's going to happen on this 50 EMA. I really don't. I'd just be in and out. No big signs that it's got to go down. There's a good sign that it wants to go down right here on the 4-hour chart. Good sign that it wants to go down because it broke the 50 EMA. Problem is when you compare your intraday, which is 1 hour, 4 hour, you compare that to your daily chart, you compare that to your weekly chart, you compare that to your monthly chart, right? All that information, this doesn't necessarily tell me, hey, we're going to go down hard. There's heavy momentum for it to go down. I don't think so. And I might be wrong. Somebody hit me up in the comment sections, let me know. But there's no like strong pullback showing that, yeah, it can take this down. This is very sideways still, even though it came back and touched like that. And even though I'd have a stop loss way up here if I did trade this. Let me show you what it looks like if you do trade this. Zoom out so y'all can see the whole thing. We do it like this. Zoom in a little bit. Then I say that we're going to land on this yellow fib level. So we're in looking for a trade that's going to make 2.74, which is fine. I don't feel confident. And sometimes, man, I'm human, so yeah, I got biases and shit. This is coming off of this beautiful move. A lot of times what I've noticed is it'll go through a leg like this, and then we'll go back up to the baseline of where the move kind of started, which is back up in here. So I'd be looking for this to eventually go up here. I don't know if it's going to double down, you know, go back down to this level and then come up. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I can tell you that this level, these orange lines, have had some strong resistance. It takes a couple hits here. See, this one broke it. This one bounced off of it. This one dropped, bounced off of it right here, and then dropped down. Came back, bounced through it, came down. Maybe bounce up, maybe bounce down. I have no idea. I just can't tell. And maybe that's on me. Maybe that's my skill level. I can watch it because there's a trade here, I think. I just don't feel confident about it. So I wouldn't really take that. Identifying the trade is a win for me. Just being able to sit here and say, okay, there might be something here is good enough for me. I want to be able to see the fastball before I can hit a fastball. That's fine. This is the analogy I like to use. So, yeah, I think there's a trade there. I'm not sure the direction, though. So, therefore, probably not the best to trade something like that. This looks like it's rolling over and was rolling over very slowly. We broke the 50 EMA again today, but it's been getting broken several times, looks like. Not the cleanest, man, but you know, you see it drop down right here, and then we have this. If I draw, look at all these trades, all these gray lines of trades. Damn, that's a lot. That's why I like comboing. Try that again. So if I drop this down and say, this is the pullback. Yeah, we look something like this. Oops. Okay, this is the leg. That was a pullback. We dropped down, we came up, we dropped down, we came up, we dropped down. Kind of got stuck under the 50 EMA. You see how strong a 50 EMA can be. Really dropped down, came back. Yeah, I don't know. We might be in no man's land with this trade. That's weird when you see it like that too, though. Anyways, I want to watch this. I don't know what's going to happen though. No, I do not know what's going to happen on that. We need to break that 50 EMA. Looks like a lot of these are kind of in the same ballpark. Not very clean though. Not very clean at all. No very easy to tell the direction here. And when that happens, there's no reason for me to really like be paying attention to it, because all that's going to happen is I'll take a trade that doesn't need to be taken at the time, because it's not time. And I don't think any of these, it's time for any of these. I don't like that at all. Y'all know I'm picky on that. Okay, so we dropped down from a level that we ran into like a wall, and we reacted to it all last week. 4-hour chart, we broke through it, which is good. This is a couple days ago, like Wednesday, Tuesday, and this is a trade. We should have took that down. I'm not sure if we did or not. I do want to go back and show the pivots. So if we look at this 4-hour, I can just look at it sometimes and see that there was a trade here. And there was one right in here. And that would have looked like right in here. We would have took it right in here. And yeah, it would have been red for a little bit right here at the pivot area. It would have been red, but doesn't mean that it wasn't a trade. It was a trade. You're right in here. Enter. Stop loss up here. We'd still be riding that down right now. And it would look like this. And this was a pair that was on the watch list, but maybe I just didn't see that. That's why I have 28 pairs, and I watch a handful of them. I'm gonna miss trades. I mean, I'm human. You'll miss trades too. It's just part of the game. But it's pretty clean entry, man. Bled a little bit, but it's all good. This might be the same situation right here, man. I just have to really kind of step back and look at this. We drop down from there to this, and so the entry would be here. And the downward move is going to look something like this. So yeah, 127, 1.27. It is what it is. This would turn into, if it hit that level, it's a key level. That's why I'm aiming at it. 242 plus 127. It puts us at 242, 127, 360. Yeah, 370 probably ish, whatever. It's a lot. It's a lot for a handful of days, 1, 2, 3 days worth of trading. One day where you weren't trading, but you just had a position on. That's the beauty of, in my opinion, that's the beauty of what trading can provide for you. Beautiful move off of this level, and then all the way back to the baseline, and then we dropped off the baseline. This is like really, really pretty. Wow, look at this reversal candle. That's beautiful. Just this is 1, 2, 3 days in a row. 4th day drop. These are all reversal candles, telling you. And the previous ones were even kind of like, all right, we're slowing down. And then we just dropped like crazy. That's the type of shit that you, if you're watching and paying attention, yes, you can get in and take this part down and have your stop loss up here. And now you're just chilling, riding this out. And it would have been around here. Although it doesn't coincide with how I like to take my entries, it's something that I'm going to be paying attention to. Looking for those opportunities. Don't know if there's going to be a pivot here, but yeah, you want to take this. You want to take that down. That's a beautiful trade, man. Ooh, 50 MA on a 4-hour. And then we're turning up. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't feel like really digging into that one for whatever reason. It just, and when that happens, I do put it on the watch list because maybe I'll come back and have more discipline the next day to really try to break down that pair. But there's nothing there for right now. This is overextended in my opinion, so I'm going to be looking for something to go up. 2 weeks in a row, it's been trying to go up. 2 days in a row, it's been trying to go up pretty hard. 50 MA has been broken, which is good, so we tried to take this up. I'm going to take it to probably 618 and just aim at that. Would be smart. And there's no entry, even though we had a pullback, it didn't come down to the pivot entry. So I'm going to look for a pivot entry. I'm going to wait. Easy. Done. Let's see on this one. Monthly, weekly, we're pretty down in there. So it's hard to draw this as a fib. I want to, but it's hard to draw it as a fib because there was a pullback all the way right here already, right? So if I just stopped right there and said, all right, that's the pullback, look at how off my thing is. So maybe I draw, sometimes this is what I do. I give it 2 and then I drop it right here. So this is the leg that I'm measuring right here. And maybe, yeah, we line up with some other fib levels and maybe there was some, maybe it was a little off right there. But then I get to see, okay, how did it react to these other areas? And how is it reacting right now? We're at the 100% mark. We're at where that leg stopped, supposedly, or one of the stopping points at least. And maybe we would bounce down, or maybe we go up. I don't know. But I do like experimenting with fib, and I think you should too. At least kind of get familiar with it and understand how to draw, and that you're drawing off of a leg. It's really smart way to play with that. I think we're reacting here, and I think we're going to go up. I think we're going the other way now. That's what it seems like it wants to do. So yeah, I'm gonna watch that. There's no trade for me right now, but yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Green on the monthly. Weekly has been 3 weeks in a row being green. Daily can't break the 50 MA just yet. We broke the 50 MA on the 4 hour, and we're going to be looking for, yeah, maybe you can look for an entry here. Sometimes I pick a pair and I just only watch that one. One of the pairs within a pair, so AUD. Already got one of them on there. This one's doing the exact same thing. If you haven't noticed, it's rolling over. We're rolling over on all these. So which one of these is going to give me an actual entry, though, is my question, right? Which one of these is actually going to turn into something that I can profit off of? That's not giving me anything. But maybe we... So this right here is an entry. I can trade off of this right here. This is an entry that I missed. That happened a couple hours ago, so earlier this morning. And again, pyramid play, we're shooting all the way up here. That's what I'm looking for. This plays into almost a pullback. 50 MA has already been broken on 4-hour chart. It's stuff like this, man, that's, you know, good signs. And we haven't broken the 50 MA on the daily chart, so we're early. That's a sign that we're early. But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this one. I like this one more than the other one that I marked, USD. So maybe I turn that one off. And I'm okay with that. I don't know if you guys are. You're allowed to trade however you want to. I think that it's super important to narrow your focus. If I want to, in the middle of the sessions this week, I might stop and look at all the AUD pairs just to kind of make sure. This one looks like it's going to go down because we're at a key level on the weekly there and the daily, and then 4 hour was kind of in this holding pattern and then just broke down recently, last week sometime. And yeah, maybe we keep going down on this. So this is also a thing that I think about a lot, is if AUD CHF is going up, AUD CAD is going down. What is it? CHF is strong, I guess. I'm sorry. CHF is weak here because AUD is stronger, but CAD is stronger than AUD in this situation. So now I want to look at CAD, CHF, and kind of see where they are in relation to each other, which one's stronger than the other one, and then I can really kind of pick a bias based on that too. I hope that makes sense. I could think I kind of butchered that. Anyways, if I'm looking at the 1 hour chart, this looks like it wants to roll over and go up. Yeah, this looks like it wants to go up. So since it's bullish, since we think this is going to go up, that means that CAD is stronger than CHF. So then if we flip back here, CHF going up is less likely than CAD going down. So AUD CAD means that CAD is stronger, so CAD is more likely to get the better end of this exchange too, relative to AUD CHF, right? Does that make sense? If not, hit the comments, let me know. But basically what I'm saying is whichever currencies in the, I forget the technical term for it, AUD is the base currency, CHF is the other currency. The other currency means that if we're bearish, that means this one's stronger than the base. Since CAD is stronger than CHF right now, and I'm looking at these two and they're pointing opposite directions, this one's saying down, okay? CAD is stronger than CHF, so I think that CAD has a more likelihood of going down. CHF has a likelihood, more likelihood. AUD CHF has less likelihood of going up than AUD CAD has going down. So I feel stronger about this. That's all I'm saying. And I hope that makes sense since CAD is stronger than CHF. Anyways, long video, talking a lot, and you can tell, but a little fatigued there. Anyways, I hope you guys are able to kind of see that, see the correlation, currency correlation, risk type stuff, and we can kind of dig into that a little bit later. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know if this is helpful, if I'm going too fast, whatever, going too slow, anything. Just want to connect with you guys, make sure you get a firm grasp on the strategy I'm using, the tools I'm using, the thought processes. All right, peace.